right, so let me go back to the first one you sent me. So here's a data set summarized in a stem and leaf plot below. So we have this many numbers fall within the 30 range, the 40 range, the 50 range, and the 60 range. It seems obvious you know how to read this. So it says, what is the minimum value in the last class? When we have a stem and leaf plot and they tell us to look at a specific class, that's going to be the tens digit. So in this case, you're right. The last class is the 60s, but it's asking for the minimum value. So the smallest value in the 60s would be 62. We have 62, 63, 67. So the smallest would be 62. So now this, I don't like this question. It says, what is the frequency of the modal class? And it gives you a hint. What is the mode? This is a bad hint because that's asking you to look for the mode of the data, which isn't really what it's asking. It's asking what the frequency of the modal class is. Remember, class is going to be one of these four groups. The modal class is just the group with the most data values in it. So the modal class here would be the 40s. So when it asks for the frequency of the modal class, we're just going to add up the data values in the 40s. Not many people get this question correct because this stupid misleading hint. This is dumb. Okay, just know for future reference that the modal class is the class with the most values in it. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. All right, the second one says calculate the 60th percentile of the data shown. Whenever you're given a problem like this, the first thing you want to do is figure out the place value or the locator for the 60th percentile. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 values. And I want to find the 60th percentile. So I'm going to multiply that by 60% or 0.6. And obviously I get 6. So it would lead one to believe that the sixth value, the sixth value, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 would be the 60th percentile. Now, I like your answer of 18.5 because the problem with using 11.2 is that is the 60th. That can't be your 60th percentile because that's part of the bottom 60%. You can't use it to cut off the bottom 60% since it is in fact part of the bottom 60%. So I see you're saying, all right, here's 60% of the data. So it must be this one. And you wouldn't be wrong. It's just you're not giving the exact answer the computer wants. So when you get a whole number answer for your locator, what the computer wants you to do is to average that locator position with the next locator position. So I'm going to average the sixth data value and the seventh data value. You're not wrong because 18.5 does cut off the bottom 60%. So I will give you credit for that. But in this particular case, they want like a more, I guess they would consider it precise answer. So what they're looking for is 11.2 plus 18.5 divided by 2, which will give us 11.2 plus 18.5 divided by 2, a value of 14.85. Okay. Now, that's what you do when you're given a whole number locator. Let's say I wanted you to find the 72nd percentile. Well, you would multiply 10 times 72%, and you would get 7.2. Whenever you have a decimal locator, you're always just going to round that up to the next number. So this would be the 8th data value. But in this particular case, whole number, you're going to average that one and the next one. Okay. Then the last question here, it says the highway mileage MPG for a sample of 8 different models of car company can be found below. So we're looking for the 5-number summary, and in turn, we're going to use it to create a box plot. So the first thing I'm going to do whenever you're given data like this is just plug it into the calculator. So I'm going to go to the stat menu right in the middle there. I'm going to hit edit, and I'm going to edit my list. Now I have data in here from a previous problem I did. So if I want to clear that, I'm just going to scroll up to the title of the list, L1, hit clear, and then enter. It'll clear everything out. So I'm just going to put in this data. It doesn't have to be in order. Here we go. Once you have it in there, I'm going to go over to stat again, hit the stat button one more time. I'm going to hit calculate now because I want to calculate the 5-number summary. And the 5-number summary will be part of the statistics on this one variable here that I have. So I'm going to click option one variable statistics. It asks, which list am I talking about? Well, I put all the data in L1. So if this doesn't say L1, you can always just hit second one, and there's a little L1 here. It'll put it in that place. Make sure frequency is just blank, clear that out, and then hit calculate. So you get a bunch of stuff. You get the mean, the sum of the values, the sum of the values squared, your standard deviations for the sample and population, which you'll talk about later in the course. But what we're concerned about is the bottom 5 numbers: the min, Q1, median, Q3, maximum. So basically, I'm just going to compare these to the vertical lines of my box and whisker plot and determine which one is the correct representation of this data. So the min is 17. So let's just see if any of them have a min that's not 17. Nope, they're all at 17, so we're good there. Q1 is 22.5. So I'm going to cross out any of them that don't have a Q1 of 22.5. Here we're good. Here the Q1 looks like 21.5. 22.5, 21.5, and 22.5. So we're left with either this one, or this one. It looks like A, C, or E. Okay, now the median is 28. Here we have a median of 28, median of 27, so that's not good, and a median of 26, so that's not good. So by a process of elimination, we see that this is the correct box and whisker plot.